Hello everybody, welcome to another Outer Worlds recording. We are on, is it Arcadia or somewhere? Something like that, I've forgotten where we are. And this is the landing pad. Why do all the landing pads look in a right old state? It's either my ship or it's just how they are. So, new planet, new adventure. We've got to head over to there, Abbot Newell. So this is the view. I have had a bit of a wander around. When we first came out, a great big rocket or something came from the sky and hit here, because apparently they're under attack. But no more rockets have hit since, which is a bit weird. I've done a bit of a cursory look around. There's a rift over there. There's nothing out here. So we'll head in here. There was a robot here, but as you can see, I've got him. There's a few bits of trinkets on the floor for here. There's a few doors I can't get in and out of. And there's a few things I can't get to. I've been up here, nabbed a few things, got a few bits of info off the computer. Looks very nice and grand, but I believe they're under attack. So yeah, I've been in here, I've snaffled a few things, I've checked out that computer. I can't get to any of these. Flashing lights usually mean something, but doesn't look like there's anything there. So I need to head over here to where there's a lift. So up here we've got vending machine. I can't get in here because I don't have engineering 8, believe it or not, or brawny, so I can't force my way in. There is a safe in there as well, which is a little annoying. I can't get to it, but maybe when I'm going back to my ship I may have level 8 engineering. So up until this point here I have no idea what's ahead of us, because I only came out to this balcony and then went back up. So let's go. Where do we need to head to? There, so straight down this road.
Lest you're bent on exploring, best we hoof it over to Matriarch's Mercy and meet with that abbot the Tsar mentioned.
Not meeting fundamental standards of structural integrity will be summarily dismantled. Politely.
A gentle reminder to all non-order residents of Matriarch's Mercy. Exclusion zone entry is respectfully...
I think this is track from the rail carriage here, look, that collapsed, because obviously that linked up to here to transport people around. So I think that's part of what this is. Would make sense. It does look like the track actually, to be fair.
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please!
Oh, hello. Let's have a listen here. What's he want?
Finally! Some help! We desperately need aid. Desperately! My family and I, we was making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. I had to leave them just past this this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The Varachnids, I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please.
Okay, requires observation 5. Now, this could be a trap. I don't know what the people are like here, whether they're generally friendly or not. So there's a part of me that thinks this could be a cunning plan. To, you know, sort of like rob me sort of thing. But we'll proceed with caution.
I don't... Very, by my guess. She was bit on the thigh, high, like, can see bone. Or maybe white means infected? She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Hurry, please. We must hurry or they'll be eaten. Or worse. Thank you.
Okay, I've got red dots on the horizon on the radar. And I've got red dots
on your
that are
command.
really... I knew it. I knew this was going to be a crit. Can't fool me.
Commander, watch your fighters!
I knew it was something fishy. Come on, give me more credit than that. What else we got? Nothing else is on the radar. Ooh, don't these trees look pretty? Very cool. Yeah, you cheeky little what's-its. Can't fool me. Right, let's continue with the original plan. I knew it. Too good to be true. He didn't look like he'd gone through much of a battle, hence my suspicions.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy. The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack. Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose. They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance. The creatures are of the genus Verachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
All our efforts add to the equation.
Right, as per usual, you know me, kleptomaniac. I need to see if there's anything I can borrow, in inverted commas. Okay, I'm going to do a save. Let's get my bucket on. See if I can, how can I say, borrow some of these things? See. Oh, can't quite get in that one. And I can't get in that. Okay, it's really difficult to see with this bucket on. F. Okay. Okay. Let's go again. Okay. Okay, all good, all good. And because of that, oh hello, he's right there. And because of that recent perk I've picked up, every time I drink, I pick up some food or eat some food, I get an inhaler charge. What did I pick up? Gas slinger helmet. Okay, interesting. 55 critical chance, 55 critical damage. Oh, okay, hang on. That is slightly better. No more on the chance, but better critical damage. I also picked up a weapon, I do believe. Long rounds burst assault rifle. Interesting. Burst assault rifle. Is that similar to my burst pistol? It may well be, and that keeps getting undone as well. Okay, I'm getting some half decent weapons. Right, let's move on.
Which, instead, enjoy cultured baking. A 100% fair ready-to-make. The consummation of consumption from the Order of the Assistant.
Attention Order acolytes, perfection now exists in sandwich form. Our scientists have created the perfect BLT sandwich. It is balanced, layered, and tasty.
So up there is where we got mugged. Now I'm wondering about just going up there to join
Your search for
that up.
complete lunchtime fulfillment, for it has arrived.
So if I go up here, this will join, I think, that path. Ah, so that dark line here, what I'm facing, yeah, it must be that. So there's probably some way to walk what remains of the path and maybe gain some goodies. We will be doing that for sure at some point.
Come by our predictory today, where we will share with you our deductions and their contrapositive implications.
Refugees, looks like. And after that strike, there'll only be more at the gates.
Look alive, Commander. Graf's back in business.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger.
I'd say want to use option 5. Step aside, you cautious peasant. But I need to know about the exclusion zone and the options above. But I say want to use number 5. It'd be brilliant. Actually, I did do a save, so I'm going to choose number 5 and then reload.
Can't say I didn't warn you. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Okay, so that was kind of uneventful. I was expecting a bit more of a reaction to that. So let's do the other options and probably gain a bit more info, I think. Would be good. Come on, load, hurry up.
Just a moment. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximate... I see. Welcome to... Rule number 1, no crowding. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around the... Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe. Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third... That's enough questions. You need any...
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent. Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the camp.
Cloister is looking pretty good right about now.
Wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed. Plain and simple.
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain key variables, upsetting the mock apple cart, as it were, we start to grasp the potential range of disruption. And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something? Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. I see you were making a jest and/or attempt at conversation. Anything else? Typically, no. And it has been somewhat challenging focusing my concentration. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate. To show how the Crabble patties are made, as it were. That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations.
Oh, God, this guy sounds a joy, doesn't he?
I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions.
Okay, because he might give me some information that I might need later on. I'm going to click through some of these, but I'm going to whiz through his conversations by skipping them. So if you really want to read them, you might have to go slow mode or pause, but I'm not sure I could deal with some of this guy quite at this moment in time.
They must be exceptional. According to data, life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, we have diverted, but if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner, then back to it.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Law. I haven't seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations lighted up thruster.
The Protectorate have
Smells
rewritten
about the
history
same,
to
too.
exclude our teachings.
Shame what happened there. I seen the whole thing.
Ooh, I wonder if that's going to give me any info. What we got here, bounties?
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time happens a lot. People here need more. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked... Oh, you put that together, did? Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. They're doing something.
Agitate. Violence and hostility within Matriarch's Mercy will be met with swift and equivalent action. Guidance for those regarding Matriarch's Mercy. Avoid leaving personal belongings abstain from disposing rubbish in sanitation infrastructure. Remember, chalkboards are for erudition and edification only. Hygienic products are solely intended for bathing use, not fermentation into inebriating intoxicants.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees. The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food.
You may think you have tasted a great old-fashioned cocktail, but have you tasted the highest-rated old-fashioned ever created? Now you can, with Asymptote Bourbon, consistently rated the best from the Order of the Ascendant.
You sure? The Order seems a whole lot more concerned with dazzling the populace with numbers than anything else. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, They ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war.
hidden meal, the consummation of consumption from the Order of the Ascendant.
But nothing's ever really... I went through this myself when Auntie's Choice took... And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this? The thought has crossed my mind. Anyhow, if the Order... Appreciate you hearing me out.
Stifled by unfulfilling work with no hope of advancement? Tired from fighting off your fellow workers to keep your employment? Want data-driven insight on how to excel at your life? Visit our predictory and take our short 38-minute questionnaire. Determine exactly what career you are meant for. Act now and receive a 1-week prognostication from a seer. Absolutely free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Tired of vacuously untrue statements with their unsatisfying antecedents? At the Order of the Ascendant, our predictions are both sufficient and necessary for your positive outcomes. Today, where we will share with you our deductions and their contra-positive implications.
Friends, neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's Mercy, heed the teachings of the Order. Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yours. Lately, the abbot has tasked... You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your... Frivolous jocularity is one of a vicar's key methods for establishing rapport with lay people. Yes, suppose more than any, I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
Said number 3. Sorry, I just nodded off there. You lost me at yes. Boring. Oh, Brill. I don't know. Maybe number 1.
Oh dear, I got ahead. As I'm sure you've read, I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scale. Perhaps some other time.
I don't know if that's where I need to be going. It probably is. I should probably explore a little bit more out here first, I think.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
We're not going anywhere! Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claims. Stand with me in defense of freedom!
So this is where that person predicted an unspecified danger. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it can't be these crashing through here, that's interesting. Rockfall? Seems possible. There is something up there actually that could collapse down. Let's speak to this guy in the suit. And if he won't, we'll go to this person.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
Huh? Okay, alright. Next.
Except for the fact that you do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. May Huffstutler. That's what those in the Order call me. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import. What little because really, happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy the Screw their predictions. We have people displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Chance of life-threatening peril, not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest weight. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrator Daggerwall, but maybe you'll have better luck. Even the Order, for all of their logical ways. Thanks, stranger. You can find
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Okay, so what's down this other side? Because we went up that side. So, oh God, keep away from him. What's this side? Oh, hello, what's that? Food. Food, okay. I'll leave it for now. I'm only after bits, and to be honest, I don't think these guys are going to have bits on me because the refugees. I suppose technically immoral to steal bits from refugees. What's up here? Oh, okay, interesting.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
Did we speak to that guy? He's got a name. Horse.
How long are we meant to stay here?
If he's got a name, they'll have some. Oh, it's him coughing. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance. Not to worry. I'm fine. Why, last week alone, I figured I might as well get used to being sick. I think it's downright sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous. You too.
Broke my nose last scrap. I banged him. The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now. You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this. Doesn't like to look at us when we're all back. Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her...
Word to Wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
You got business? No? Move on. Earth who? Name of what now? You got some kind of egg? You got business? No? You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway? Don't suppose... Don't do anything foolish.
Keeping everything above board? I hope not.
know who I should be talking to be honest. Talk to these people first, because it's the first in order.
Hello, hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum vodka. Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral canids. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase access to my fine wares. It's fortunate you're no stranger to contraband. It's superb cover and a consistent myself. I enjoy the thrills of the environ. Will the order... Why, I thank you. Takes a unique sort to appreciate the finer points. We stand that we'd like to make a good time. Beyond that, I'm not supposed... We've still got folks we care about out there. Complicated. Idle browsers will be us...
It doesn't leave me a lot of cash, but I do kind of need those. That's okay. I'll get more cash from somewhere else eventually.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up, or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate, or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Why has everybody got purple hair? What's going off?
Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our half the time people shy away. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, now how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a Taurus. Don't make me call Mapother and Mudge over. Go on. Go on. Don't make me call Mapother and Mudge over. They don't like no fighting for free.
Look, your nose... Ow! Oh.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I
a visitor.
predict that the worst is
Without
behind
notice. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized... granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic... Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, first time I got a POP, it was on a lark. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple. Sure, but I've had things like that just My co-occupant Ike had a POP done, had told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. I mean, if you want an exact estimate or percent a few times, I couldn't make heads or... End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them you did catch... I don't know why the...
No.
Oh, there's loads of stuff here. I might have to put my bucket on. Where's my bucket? Engaging bucket. Where are we? Let's have a look. Oh, it's loads, yeah. Right, quick save. And steal.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.8. Well, as the assigned provisioner, the overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. The order of the if I can help others in need today, I shall do appreciate you respecting. My time is yours. You may peruse to your
some interesting weapons and add-ons, I have to say. Obviously these things are all going to be stealing. It's a wonder I don't get done for trespass when I come across the back of the shops. Let's go see this guy. He's not at his door or window. Oh wow, all these letters. Not all are going in. You need to sort these out. This is not how it works.
What is it? I have... Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Oh, May, is it? This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple. You see, the seer predicted that but the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway. We don't know, and the seer has augured furthermore, and I quote, and now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold. I believe the first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. The displaced want the with your seasoned perspective. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a you can find her, but you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling method. According to predictions, yes. Many people around camp support or...
By the law. It's you.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. Recently, I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Anyway, that is the seer's business. My business is the health, and as a doctor, we don't have enough bed. Of course, the Order. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. Since you asked, you can run. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm. You see, the seers. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Forgive me. Where to begin? I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the seer predicted an outsider would find.
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be.
You also strike me as. The seer gave me a datapad with it. Now, take the datapad. With my thanks. How can I be of service? Since you aren't a rep.
Okay, I'm running out of time sharpish here, so I might have to do a speed check through all these before I get to the main person. Steel cloth, not worried about cloth. That person's ill.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
Do you want a smack? Because that can be arranged. Call left. Okay. Right, I shall skip that for the moment. Don't go telling me I haven't got a scholarly look, because you will get slapped.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report. I suppose that designation doesn't hold. Well then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? We utilize a mix of proprietary. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our follow. More what to watch. The Department of Predictive Analysis is, after years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense, unforeseen factor, but as we close in on solving the universal equation, Matriarch's Mercy, why I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. There's nothing more engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them great. One of our recent if my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's Mercy. I foresee...
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Is this place just going to insult me all the way through my gameplay? Because if that's how it's going to work, we're not going to get on well.
I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
Well, that's marginally better. I suppose I ought to do a save in case I go somewhere I shouldn't. Just wandering about, knowing my luck. If this place is just going to constantly insult me, you will be getting very little assistance. I will tell you that for free. No charge, and that will be a prediction of the future, since that's what you guys like quite so much. I predict I will not be impressed with you. How's that? Okay. Right, so these two, by the looks of it, I need to speak to. Which I'm not going to do at this moment in time. I'm going to go here and save. And I shall catch you guys on the next one. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye.